find that one photo that just stops you in your tracks. For me, it was the one where he was not too tall, not too short, but definitely dark and handsome. And all of that hair going everywhere, the eyes staring out at me from behind those bangs. You know what I'm talking about? I know you've seen it. The hairy Highland cow. Takes your breath away, doesn't it? I loved it so much, I redecorated my entire bathroom with Highland cows. And now I get to look at them on my wall every morning, pretending like they're brushing their teeth. And the other one, they're all cozy in the bathrobe, right? Peeking out over the edge of the tub. You should see these pictures in my bathroom. I want to teach you tonight what the hairy Highland cow can teach us about showing up more powerfully in our creative work. I'm going to use HARRY as our acronym. So we've got 5 points to go through quickly. H stands for hardy under pressure. The hairy Highland cow comes from the Scottish Highlands, where it's about as cold as Michigan was today. And often snow blowing, often high grasses on the highlands there. And these animals have been created on purpose with the shaggy hair that is so cute. But it's on purpose because they have a lot to stand up to. God designed them uniquely for where he put them. And each of us as creatives have been designed uniquely for where God put us. You're not weird. You're not so unique you don't fit anywhere. God designed you exactly for where he put you. Shaggy hair and all. It's on purpose, for his purpose. And when you embrace that, you can be hardy in any situation because you recognize God's unique purpose for you. It isn't a gift, it's a design. It's a decision about what you will be. It's what helps you go through what he takes you through for his glory. So H is hardy. The A in hairy is for approachable. And as creatives, we are often so unaware of all that God has given us. Or sometimes we're too aware. Sometimes our nose is a little too far up in the air. Sometimes we're too distant. I prefer the fields with fewer cows. I don't want to talk to people, I just want to create, right? We need to be approachable. The Highland cow is one of the gentle giants in the world. Some people have even said that they're kind of like dogs in cow clothing, right? They're big. Their horns are gigantic, but they're so gentle and approachable. And that's what God wants us to be. To have the authority without the ego. This is what sets apart the best creatives. The big horns, but the soft hearts behind it. They care. They show the love of Jesus. John 3:16, for God so loved the world. Right? And John 13:34, how will they know that you are mine? Because of the way you love each other. And so no matter how big our horns, how big our authority, how big our experience, how big our accomplishments, we can't keep people at horn's distance. We need to be approachable with that love of Jesus shining through. No hiding behind your expertise. Get down there with them. Stay after your talk and mingle. Answer those emails. Stay and talk to people after church or after that meeting. Be approachable. So hairy and hardy. The A is approachable. The I is iconic, recognizable. We want to be recognizable in the gifts that God has given us. When you describe a hairy cow, everyone can see it in their heads, right? What is it about you that people can immediately recognize you and your gifts? Is it the way that you always open your emails or the way you close them? Is it the way that you start off every new blog post? Is it the colors or the texture that you always use in your art? Is it a certain chord that you love to use in the songs you write? Is it a certain way that you love to tell people that they care, that you care? My grandfather used to always say goodbye by saying, "Merry Christmas," no matter what time of year it was. He would hang up the phone, and before you hung up, you'd hear, "Merry Christmas." You'd be walking out the back door, "Merry Christmas." That was like his trademark, his iconic thing. Merry Christmas. And what did that do? It brought joy. What is it about you that brings joy? That people recognize as your thing? For me, it's flamingo metaphors, usually. Today we traded it for the Highland cap. People see flamingos and they think of Katie Hornor and all the flamingo metaphors that we use, but it's an iconic thing. People see it and it reminds them of something. Just like the hairy cow is reminding us how to be more powerful in our creative work. The R stands for resilient, and this little guy is resilient. No matter what comes, he can face it. No matter what the weather throws at him, he's out there, still staying and doing what God called him to do in the pasture that God put him in. And when you have the kind of faith that says, "I'm here for whatever God brings," that will give you resilience too. Resilience is not about what you're made of. It's about the attitude and the beliefs that you have. Resilience is about how you respond emotionally, immediately, to the situations that God puts you in. Your outer coat and your inner discipline make up your resilience. Your inner why, what you create, why you're here, why you keep doing this. And that leads us to the why, which is yoked to your purpose. When you are yoked to your purpose, you are no longer subject to whatever the weather throws at you. When you are yoked to your purpose, things become easy. Your burden becomes light, just like it says in Matthew 11:30. A yoke is not a cage. A yoke is not a weight. A yoke becomes a tool. Because when two animals are yoked together, did you know that the bigger, stronger one carries all the weight? The younger, lighter ox, or cow in this case, all they have to do is walk in step with the older, wiser one. There is no weight, the bigger one carries it. They just have to walk in step and be guided by it, be in the presence of the one who knows how to do what he's called you to do. And so, I want you to remember, hardy, approachable, iconic, resilient, and yoked to the purpose that God has given you. The hairy Highland cow isn't trying to be anything except for who he is. And the entire internet is obsessed with him. And my friends, I'm Katie Hornor, reminding you that you can be a hairy cow creative for the glory of God.